Picture this. You've just landed in the US, proudly carrying a tightly sealed box of Pepperpot cassava bread and your auntie's famous black pudding. But at customs, they stop you. Open the box. One sniff, a disapproving nod. And in seconds, your food is in the trash. No explanation, no chance to plead. Gone. Why? Because some of Guyana's most cherished dishes are banned or restricted by American authorities. The reasons? Some will shock you, others will infuriate you, and a few might just break your heart. This isn't just about food. It's about culture, identity, and a painful collision between tradition and regulation. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why America is banning these beloved meals, and what that means for every Guyanese soul abroad. Number 1. Black pudding. A taste of home, now illegal, Friday night in Guyana. The air sizzles with vinegar, thyme, and something more, a deep, iron-rich scent. Black pudding isn't just food. It's a ritual, a memory passed down from grandmothers and street vendors. But in America, it's prohibited. Why? Because it contains animal blood, and the USDA labels blood-based products as high risk, prone to E. coli, salmonella, and other pathogens. But to Guyanese people, this isn't dangerous. This is comfort. This is community. And now, confiscated at JFK. Treated like trash. They don't see black pudding as part of a culture. They see it as a threat. Number 2. Pepperpot. A Christmas tradition under siege. Pepperpot isn't just a dish. It's Christmas morning on every Guyanese table. That slow-cooked beef, soaked in cassava, bubbling through the night. But cassava, the soul of the pot, has raised American alarms. Why? Because it's made from bitter cassava, which, if not prepared properly, contains natural toxins that can release cyanide. So, when the ingredient shows up at U.S. ports, it often gets flagged or worse, thrown away. Even sealed. Even safe. Even if it's for your own family. For many Guyanese immigrants, this feels like more than regulation. It feels like erasure. Number 3. Fish choka. Banned from a rainy day comfort, rain tapping on zinc roofs. A warm plate of fish choka, smoky eggplant, salted fish, hot pepper. But bringing that salted fish to the U.S., it's a gamble. Customs officials say dried fish, like bangamari, can carry mold, parasites, or might be improperly dried. Even if it's perfectly made, they often just toss it. One mother shared, "I just wanted my son in New York to taste what I grew up with." They threw it away like it was nothing. To them, it's suspicious. To us, it's home. Number 4. Cassava and coconut. The double standard, cassava bread, coconut choka. Staples in every Guyanese kitchen. But try bringing them into America? Blocked, delayed, sometimes destroyed. The FDA classifies root vegetables and certain coconut products as high risk for spoilage and insect contamination. But here's the contradiction. Walk into a U.S. supermarket. You'll find cassava chips from Thailand, coconut milk from Sri Lanka. So why is food from Guyana treated differently? That's the real gut punch. It sends a message. Your food isn't good enough. But we know the truth. Our food is heritage, our recipes are resilience, and every bite tells a story. Number 5. The war on sauces and seasonings. Ever tried flying in your auntie's green seasoning? Or a homemade bottle of pepper sauce? You probably lost it at customs. Why? Because it didn't have a proper label, an ingredient list, or a sealed cap. Never mind, it was for personal use. Never mind, it was made with love. To the authorities, it's a risk. To us, it's a connection to our roots. One traveler said, "They took my mom's pepper sauce from my bag. I cried right there. That was her last gift to me before she died." What's in those bottles isn't just spice. It's legacy. Why it really hurt? Let's be real. Nobody wants contaminated or unsafe food crossing international borders. Health regulations are important. But what's happening here feels like something more than safety. These bans feel like cultural blind spots. Like decisions made by people who've never sat at a Guyanese table, never smelled pepperpot bubbling on Christmas morning, never understood the power of food passed from one generation to the next. To officials, it's just another unlabeled bottle. Just another suspicious package. But to us, it's a link to home. A way to feel close to the places and people we love, even if we're thousands of miles away. Think about it. When a father in Brooklyn opens a container of fish choka sent by his sister from Georgetown, when a daughter in Florida tastes a cassava bread that reminds her of her late grandmother's hands, that moment is priceless. Now imagine customs tearing it away, tossing it, without understanding what they're really throwing out. They're not just removing a product from someone's luggage. They're erasing a memory, a feeling, a connection. It's not about ingredients. It's about identity. It's about the invisible thread that ties Guyanese people, no matter where we are, to our homeland. When our food is banned, our stories are silenced. And for a diaspora community already working hard to preserve its roots, that kind of loss cuts deep. It sends a painful message. Your culture doesn't meet our standards. Your traditions aren't valid here. Your taste of home not allowed. That's why it hurts. Because food is how we remember, how we mourn, how we celebrate, how we teach our children where they come from. And every time one of those dishes is taken away, we lose a piece of that unspoken language, the one written in spice, flavor, and love. What we can do, fighting for our flavors. But here's the good news. We're not helpless. Guyanese people across America are already taking action. We're turning frustration into movement and grief into advocacy. Here's how we fight back. With pride, unity, and strategy. Educate ourselves. Learn what's allowed. Read the fine print. Understand the FDA and USDA rules. Knowledge is power. Label properly. If you're sending food, make sure it's sealed, labeled, and includes a clear list of ingredients. The right packaging can save your memories from the bin. Support Guyanese businesses. Whether it's a food truck in Queens or a family host cultural events. Bring your communities together. Share recipes. Teach the younger generation how to make Pepperpot or Cassava. Keep the flavors alive. Contact local lawmakers. Ask them to support fair and culturally informed food import policies. Share your stories. Let them know how these bans affect real people. Speak up online. Social media is a powerful tool. Share videos, testimonials, or even cooking tutorials. Let people see the richness of our food and why it matters. Celebrate your food, loudly and proudly. Whether you're in Brooklyn or Birmingham, make space for your cassava, black pudding, and coconut choka at every table. This isn't just about food rights. It's about cultural survival. Because when we protect our cuisine, we're protecting our mothers, our ancestors, and our future. The generation gap, losing recipes, losing roots. There's something quietly heartbreaking happening behind closed doors. Younger generations of Guyanese children are growing up without tasting their own culture. Ask a teenager in New Jersey if they've ever had black pudding. Ask a kid in Toronto if they know what cassava is. Many will say no, and not because they don't want to, but because the food simply isn't reaching them anymore. Their parents can't bring it over. Their grandparents are afraid to ship it. And the stories that were once told through flavor, through a spoonful of coconut choka or a bite of metemji, are fading. We're not just losing recipes. We're losing a cultural inheritance. And the saddest part? Some of these young ones will never know what they're missing. That's the true cost of the bans. It's not just about denying food. It's about disconnecting families from the very taste of their identity. Other cultures face this too. A global struggle for flavors. Guyanese people aren't alone in this fight. All across the globe, immigrant communities are facing the same struggle. A clash between traditional food and modern border control. Nigerian egusi soup? Flagged. Jamaican ackee fruit? Restricted. Indian pickles and dried chutneys? Seized. Filipino bagoong? Denied entry. It's not just about us. It's about the global disrespect for food that comes in forms unfamiliar to the West. Fermented. Spicy? Wrapped in banana leaves? Too often that equals dangerous or unapproved. But just because a flavor is foreign doesn't mean it's unsafe. This is a global issue, a fight for food justice and cultural recognition. So we must not only fight for Guyanese cuisine, we must stand in solidarity with all immigrant cultures fighting to preserve their culinary heritage. Together, we are stronger. And together, we can demand a world that respects flavor, tradition, and identity, not just what fits neatly on a customs form. The flavor will never die. Let's make one thing clear. You can ban a bottle. You can block a shipment. You can even throw away a pot of Pepperpot at the airport. But you will never destroy the spirit behind it. Because Guyanese food is more than what's in a container. It's in our hands, our hearts, our homes. We carry it in the way we season, the way we stir, the way we share. Even when barriers rise, we create. Even when authorities don't understand us, we understand each other. Our flavor is resilient. Our culture is unstoppable. And our pride? It's unshakable. So let this be a call to every Guyanese person watching. Cook, teach, share, fight. Because as long as one pot is still simmering, as long as one hand still grates coconut, as long as one child still asks, "What's that smell, Mommy?" the flavor will never die. We are Guyanese. Our food is our power. And no border can break that. They can ban our Pepperpot. They can stop our Cassava. They can dump our black pudding. But they will never silence our culture. They will never erase the power of a Guyanese meal shared in love. Our food is more than flavor. It's resistance. It's history. It's us. So the next time someone says, "You can't bring that into America," look them in the eye and say, "You can take the food out of my bag, but you can't take the pride out of my heart."